I just spent like an hour trying to introduce this channel. I just spent an hour trying to figure out a way to introduce this channel to y'all by way of TikTok. And I'm not even finna try to make my voice be like I'm on a damn interview or sound like somebody I'm not. So I'm gonna try to make this intro short and sweet and to the point. A little history about me. I'm a millennial, and back in the day, you know, the highlight of my childhood, well, adolescence, it was rushing home, watching videos, 106 in Park, learn routine, dance routines with your friends, that era or whatever. And back then, Hype Williams used to be the only one making videos worth a damn. So my goal in life was to be Hype Williams. But, life happened and it didn't work out that way. But fast forward, get married, have kids. And if you know me from TikTok, one of those kids is Cheyenne, who is nonverbal. She was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. And through her, I don't want to make it seem like I'm using my child for fame or notoriety or whatever, but she's given me a reason to step back in my creative mind by recording her gift, which is cooking. So, about Cheyenne, I have two. I'm married. I have 2 other kids, 2 boys, Dakota and Santana, and I'll tell you a little more about them later. But back to Cheyenne. When she was a baby, she met all her milestones. She started walking at 9 months. Gibberish started, on time. Like we didn't have full conversations, but she, good girl, mama, like she would say words. Like I said, we wouldn't have no full conversation, but she was talking. And she just started humming. Just humming. Like, only time she would stop humming was to take a breath. And it may not seem like it drove us crazy. So one day, I'm on my house for whatever reason, cooking breakfast. And I started some eggs, but I had to walk off. And when I came back, she was finishing up the eggs. And, as any mama would, at first it startled me, but my antennas went up and I noticed she stopped humming. And so at first I was gonna tell her, get back, it's too high, because she was barely able to look over the stove, like little. But like I said, my antennas was up, like, oh, the humming didn't stop. So I let her finish, and then, over time we added bacon, the whole 9, grits, like she was cooking. She would pull out her stool and go to work like an old lady. So fast forward, we got to the point where she needed to go to school. She was at grandma daycare, but we put her in regular school. And the part about that is, you have to get them not evaluate, but a physical check before they go to school. And we got the physical done with her pediatrician a Friday. So, but for whatever reason, the school needed to do another physical. And that Friday we passed the physical, but that Monday at the school, the nurse immediately like, oh, she got fluid in her ears. And so we're like, oh, we just went to the doctor Friday and he didn't say nothing. But anyway, so it was kind of bittersweet because we figured, okay, if it's fluid in her ears, that's why she's not talking. That's why she just humming. And if we get these fluid out, then she can hear clear, because it's almost equivalent to you underwater listening to somebody talk. Like you can't hear it clearly. But anyway, so got the surgery. She got tubes in her ears. Her adenoids and tonsils taken out because she was always congested too. That was another issue. But after that happened, we were like, okay, we'll get the baby back. She'll come talking, whatever. The words never came back. But the cooking kept on and the humming stopped. So with that, she just took off. So the point I made about want to be Hype Williams, bring that back to now. So as she's starting to cook, I'm recording her, because when I say she can cook the people, they think it's just like kiddie shit, like, not no real meal. So I had to record it to like show she really cooking. I posted on TikTok. She kind of, I don't know what viral mean no more. Like, I don't know if it's like millions of views, I don't know. So made a video, but she got like 20,000 followers in a day. So I was like, okay, we doing something. Kept posting. Right now she at like 106 or 107,000. Yes.
I thought the game was still on. It's like press the turn off button, and then I realized it was already on.
What game?
The PS5.
You messed something up? Did you mess something up?
No, I thought the PS5 was still on, so I turned it off. And then I realized that it's still on. No.
Okay, so is something broke? No. Okay. What else am I? Okay, so I pointed out I don't want to be Hype Williams because that I think I said that already. But anyway, so I'm posting more videos. She's at to 100 and something thousand followers, right? But that whole algorithm shit with TikTok, 1 minute I'll post something, I'm getting thousands. The next minute it's like, 100, 200 there. I can't keep up with, because first of all, I work a 9 to 5. My husband always at work. He a lineman. So I ain't got time to be doing the most with that TikTok. Like, it's great. We done made she got 107,000 followers. She got a couple videos with millions of views. We ain't made but $18. Keep in mind, I'm not in this for the money. However, the time that it take to create these videos and all of that, and the people that wanting more videos and they want to see her all the time, people right now recipes. She got a cookbook on Amazon too, by the way. Yes, I'm gonna link it. But if I would not mind doing this full time, only because, again, back in the day, I wanted to be Hype Williams. So I like doing it. But if I can make some money, yeah, I could do more, you know? So that's why I'm here. And, the channel is going to be centered around her, of course, because I feel like she's the superstar. Like, and then, a lot of the TikTok, I done had to tussle in them comments, and I'm sure I might have to here too, but let's a disclaimer. I've tried every kind of therapy. I've tried every kind of diet, Nemechek protocol, bone broth, the damn clay baths. We've tried medicine. one of them turned into a complete monster. And we got some stuff on standby for, just in case we got to do something that she can't, but it turns her into a zombie. So we do medicine as needed, but please don't, I know y'all mean well, but I don't. Only thing we have not tried is stem cell therapy. That's the only thing, and that shit like $15,000 a pop. But the purpose of the TikTok was to build a community of special needs parents who know the struggle, know how, I went through depression, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody around me can relate except my husband. Nobody understands what it feels like to have a child that cannot tell you. Well, nobody around me. Like I said, I'm the only family member with a special needs kid. None of my friends have special needs children. And when I mean special need, I mean a real diagnosis, not just they do speech therapy. They do, not downplaying it, but I'm just saying to this magnitude of special needs. Like, I don't have nobody that I can talk to about it. So that was the purpose of the TikTok, to build that community, to have somebody that you feel me, So back to the TikTok is people that, I had one girl that, and this was when we first got kind of big.
Me?
Yes. Yep. The girl was like, this was when she was kind of blowing up. The girl was like, and she was like a true. I don't like calling them followers. I call them friends. But the girl in the comment, and I don't think she meant any harm by saying this, but she was like, oh, she a mute, but she be cooking her little tail off. I ain't know how to take that shit. Like, what you mean she a mute? Like, is that am I just overly sensitive, or is that the same as saying she nonverbal? Like, I don't. So me putting it out there could also be a form of therapy for me too, because that mother hen shit kick in real fast, and I feel like I'm one of them people that has tough skin. Like, you can't really hurt my feelings like that. But when it comes to your kid, it's a thin line. It's a real thin line. But anyway, so the purpose of the channel is to, build a new community on YouTube and, see where it takes us. Like I said, I am married. My husband is a lineman. I had my second son, Dakota, and he's like the cool kid. He wanted, make sure he got on cologne every day. He gonna put his outfits together. He's a funny little boy, but he got to be clean. Like, he gonna make sure he put that shit on. And the funny thing about him is when he was born, he was in the hospital for like 5 days, and that was around the time Shy was showing signs of, some kind of delay. So I think I can't remember if we decided, I don't know, but we decided to just, stop there. So I had my tubes tied like 6 weeks after having him. Because we kind of knew, okay, we're going to have to focus more on Shy, it is what it is. So we stopped at him. So we thought. It was like 7 months later. I found out I was pregnant again. I had a whole operation. That baby after tubal ligation is real. And he was, oh, you need to sue the doctor, you need to sue the doctor. The lawyer, I thought about it, but the lawyers, they was telling me I would have to get on the stand and explain to whoever that I regret having my baby, and having another baby was just the worst thing. I'm not finna do that shit. Like, it is what it is. So then comes Santana, my little miracle baby. So that's us in a nutshell. We do have a garden for sure. We do a lot of DIY stuff. I like to think I'm kind of crafty. I love a good bonfire. Me and my friends went, and I don't hang out that much. You not finna see no elaborate trips. I'm not in nobody club. This finna be a regular old 40 plus lady with churn and a husband. But if you go to my TikTok, you'll see it ain't no lame shit. Like, it's entertaining. My life is pretty entertaining. But it ain't finna be no Louis and no Gucci. It ain't finna be none of that. Nah, I could show you how to make $1 out of 15 cents. But I ain't going to Dubai. So ride with me. Hopefully y'all, I wasn't too long-winded, because I don't really like vlogs that they just talk the whole time. But I felt like I needed to say something other than just putting shit out there, and y'all ain't got a clue, because everybody not coming from TikTok. So, but if you want a more chronological display of how I try to put them in the shorts, and kind of go through our life that way. But hope y'all enjoy this little clip. I'm starting a new year off with her cooking a traditional meal that we have, which is raccoon. It's raccoon, but it's good, and don't judge us.
Bye.